Hello everyone, and welcome to Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. It is my second time trying this game. The first time, audio levels got quite a bit fucked, so I needed to start fresh with the new Let's Play. Let's hope that this time everything is going to work well. It is a game that is in the Hello everyone, and welcome to Tainted Grails, the Fall of Avalon. It is my second time trying this game. The first time around, audio levels got completely fucked with lots of echo in dialogues, so that's why I decided to start it from the beginning. And hopefully this time everything will go well. The game is still in early access, so I'm not surprised that there were some problems, and hopefully this time around we will have a clean playthrough with no bugs and no audio problems happening. And without further ado, let's start fresh. And we're going to start with a prologue, because I want to have a full, fresh, clean playthrough. The good thing around is that I've actually learned quite a bit from my first try of the game, realizing that magic is not really that strong, and also the single-handed combat also not too strong.
The all-consuming Red Death. 600 years ago, King Arthur led the Great Escape from the homelands, where our kingdoms were ravaged by the plague. Leading people to Avalon, he started the Age of Conquest and took the island from the Four Dwellers. Using the mysterious powers of Menhirs, together with Merlin, they cleansed the land of the weirdness, a primordial force of chaos and possibility. But now, King, Camelot is in shambles as Avalon fractures into chaos. Old legends are gone, and the weirdness is creeping back into our lands. The bleeding heart of the plague has started beating once more. And the Red Death has returned. Rulers of the island asylum, an order of the Red Priests, are desperate to stop it by any means necessary. Rotting in one of their cells is a stranger who might bring a spark of change to this cursed island.
Alright, we are back to character creation once again. And like I said, I stopped a little bit during the initial cutscene, but I've learned quite a bit from the initial playthrough. And one thing that I realized is that magic and single-handed combat absolutely sucks. And archery is super overpowered. So with that information, I'm going to build my character a bit differently than before. And at first, I wanted to go with a full mage build. This time around, we are definitely going with a typical rogue build. Even though I personally don't really enjoy sneaking around unless the game is fully built around that, I think, you know, considering how good archery is, we kind of have to go full blast with it. the character creation, I think we're going to stick to the basics. I think all of the beard options are unfortunately quite terrible. So we are going, maybe with, I'm kind of tempted with going some beard this time around, but I just unfortunately hate them so much that, nah, we're just going to go no beard at all. Our name is going to be, as per usual, Azarov. And we are going to go with a normal difficulty. The game is quite hard.
Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Yes, it's me again. And I hope this time you'll cooperate without me needing to repeatedly hit you in the face, eh?
Yes, so let's do it without you having to hit me in the face. The 7 commandments. First came the prophet, then came the word. The word is sacred. The pope, his cardinals, and his priest receive the word. The word is the way. Third, we are all brothers and sisters, starving for the word. The word is sustenance. Fourth, together is holy suffering. We walk the pilgrim's path. The word is our strength. Fifth, we repent by facing the trial of the plague. The word is our cure. Sixth, the priest's clad is red, guide us towards grace. The word is salvation. Seventh, there are no other sanctities, only the prophet's word, and the will of the red church. Do not doubt our faith, and you will be rewarded. Okay, so we have quite a lot of religious zealotry going around. And I think, as in all of my playthroughs, I want to go with an evil playthrough.
Look, we just have to get this over and done with. Unless you want a visit from someone upstairs. And trust me, you don't. Just like before, no food until we're done here. And the moment you start getting on my nerves, we're going back to my tried and tested fists. So, tell me, what were you doing in the forest when the Red Shields caught you?
So we're definitely going to wait. What is the difference between those two? So hunting, we have medium armor, athletics, evasion, and sneak. This one is sneak, agility, and light armor. I guess the only difference is that in this case we're also getting one-handed. And I think I would rather go with evasion. So let's say I was hunting.
Hunting? I wouldn't take you for a hunter. But as they say upstairs, looks can be deceiving. And you're, what, hunting just to get by? Or do you do something with your catch?
So I use fur to make clothes. That gives us archery and handcrafting. Athletics and cooking. Yeah, I definitely go with archery.
And yet you look like a beggar. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. We must have taken all you had when you came here. Okay, that was easier than I expected. Now, unfortunately, we'll have to stop.
Holy shit. Every time it still surprises
I
me.
always found it puzzling that these people won't bathe. You, I understand, you're literally rotting in this damned cell, but them, there's just no excuse for the stench.
That is a very
There
fair
we are,
assessment.
finally.
I kind of fully agree with the statement.
I know you have a million questions forming in your head, but they'll have to wait. One of these keys will open your cell. When you get out, head left. I'll scout ahead.
All right, we can do that. Alright, so let's open our cell and get some of our starting equipment. I don't remember if they actually start you off. Okay, I don't remember that, but all right, let's get our basic equipment going on. And I don't remember if you do get, okay, so no bow. We do start with just a regular club. But like I said, at this build, this time around, I'm definitely going with a full rogue build. So we have this, again, starting with some good old porn. If someone wants to read that, feel free to pause and read. I'm only going to be reading the longer wooden arrow, there we go. I'm only going to be reading the longer excerpts. And we have our first men here, which is going to give us some extra health, which is pretty good. What do we have here? Wooden clubs, med, still no bow and arrow. The thing is, I really wanted to go with a mage build, but you don't really seem to be able to crit with bow and arrow. You can only do that with... oh, sorry. You can't crit with mage's spell. You can only do it with bow and arrow, which basically makes it so that the build for archery is just way stronger than anything you can do as a mage. And when I first tried this kind of one-handed mage build, and I was getting absolutely blasted by everyone, and then I tried bow and arrow, and I was just fucking slaughtering everyone. I was like, oh, okay, this game really wants you to just be an archer. So we have 7 commandments again. Nothing interesting there. This is your typical kind of a filler of a book. We're going to find a lot of it in this dungeon. Alright, there we go. That being said, even though I unfortunately encountered some audio issues in my first playthrough, luckily at least I didn't get that far. So restarting it, you know, it doesn't feel like that much of a chore. And the game is pretty incredible. I think, like, honestly, so far, I'm enjoying it a lot. It gives me, you know, the vibes of Skyrim, but at least so far, I would say it is better. Which, you know, is quite a statement, I would say. You know, the Elder Scrolls series, Bethesda, had years to master this. And then you have this small indie studio that is really giving them a run for the money. And obviously the game is still in early access, so there is still a lot that can change. And, you know, some occasional bugs here and there. But it does feel quite interesting. There's already a lot of content. You know, you can do lots of crafting, fishing, etc. And combat feels much more rewarding than it does in the Elder Scrolls series. There is, you know, you can play with time, you can slow it down. There are a bunch of combos. It really feels like there's a lot that you can do. And there's also just a lot of secrets to explore everywhere. And I mean, the Elder Scrolls series does do pretty good with this. Again, I've read this one before, so feel free to just pause and read it in your own time if you would like to. Once I'm going to reach a point of letters that I haven't read before, I'm going to do it. unless it's going to be a very long one. In that case, I will just let you pause and read it on your own. Because there is a lot of books in this game, and I do mean a lot. They're really not shying away from the combat. Alright, well, let's see how it goes. The last time around, I was fighting against the undead. I actually had some spells. So it was quite a bit easier, but yeah, actually wasn't that hard to do with just my weaponry. That's the thing, the spells in this game, at least so far, don't really seem that strong. And, you know, like I said before, the game is in early access, so it is quite obvious that they still need to do quite a bit of balancing. And I do hope that they're going to make magic way stronger. Because as it seems right now, you know, you can basically, if you hit your bow and arrow to the head, you can take an enemy down in like 2 shots. Whereas with magic, it is going to take quite a bit of spells to do that. So we had an experiment that clearly did not work. That's the one thing that I really like about this world so far. Is that, yes, it does seem quite similar to the Elder Scrolls series. But they definitely build quite a unique world for themselves. It is very dark fantasy. And there is just, yeah, it's quite a unique take, I would say, on the fantasy series. And the dialogues as well seem so far pretty good, which I need to say I enjoy quite a bit. I think there's a lot of games that go with this very basic level hero dialogues. When you are saving the world and all of the choices seem, you know, very simple. And in this game, it seems like everything is quite gray. And it's definitely more of the style of fantasy that I enjoy personally. Because I think it's just a, you know, a better indication of how the world actually is. Which helps me to, you know, kind of get into the story. For example, this one, you know, it's quite bleak. You have basically a child that was born as a mutant from a mother that died during a childbirth. But they, for whatever reason, still kept her corpse with the kid. That's pretty crazy if you think about it, you know? You're born to this world, your mother is dead, you're kept for experiment purposes, but you can still see your mother's corpse just rotting away. All right, so we got some recipes, and I do know already that there is a key here that we can use to unlock this. All right, and then we face our first.
Stay alert.
Oh shit. Okay, so he did notice me. Again, not doing the magic build is already so much easier. Like, my god. Let's see, what do we have here? Empty. We have a letter. Right, let's take it. Another. We have a 7 commandments, and yeah, these courses, quite gruesome, not gonna lie. Let's see, okay, so this is empty. Let's see what we can craft. I think we should be able to do at least a few potions. Let's crank this up as far as we can. We're not going to be doing much of spellcasting, although I am somewhat tempted to do kind of a rogue slash mage build. And it is just because I really love magic in general in games. I usually tend to go for a mage build. And I know that in this one, you know, being a rogue is probably what you want to do. But maybe I can, you know, snuck in a little bit of magic in here. All right. Okay, hopefully this time around we can actually get a good sneak attack. There we go. All right, perfect. Let's see if we can get the other guy as well. I think we should be. Oh, no, actually. Fuck. Okay, my bad. Well, we still did pretty well. Let's see if we can... yeah, this one is definitely better. I think armor is better in this game, but, you know, if you can get 3 versus 1, or, well, 0 in this case, that is a pretty obvious choice. What about the weapon? Well, I guess we can actually equip a shield. Sure, some small mana potions, but let's get some food in ourselves. So that we actually, you know, get back to full HP. And let's look at the cooking pot. I think 1 beef and 2 cabbages was actually something. No, it was not. I did not remember well. Okay. Let's do some random ingredients. We need at least a little bit of food. Just so that we can actually get some HP back. Right, we have more stuff in here. Bunch of loot. Yeah, the game gives you a fuck ton of loot. And that's unfortunately one thing that you do have to manage quite a lot is your inventory. And I would really like the game to just give you less. I think in general, it is way more fun. Oh shit. Oh my god, okay. I have no... Alright. That was closer than I would like it to be. But alright, we managed. We managed. The stamina actually can be quite a bit of a problem in this game. So you do have to be careful with that. You do, especially early on, you end up running out of stamina very fast. And if you don't have stamina, you can't really do shit. And as in any action RPG, or actually any RPG for that matter, we start off by just picking up everything we can get our hands on. And then we just end up dropping half of our inventory. The thing is, even now that I kind of know what things are worth a little bit more than the other ones, it's still hard for me to just pass on the loot. So whenever I see something, I'm just like, I need to pick this up. Even though I know I will have to drop it later on. Because you actually don't get many opportunity to sell your stuff for quite a bit of the game. Luckily, at least, you actually are able to carry quite a bit of stuff. Okay, so here is our dude. And we finally... Let's see, do we have any recipes? We can do cabbage rolls. And mashed potatoes. Let's do that. And we actually finally got our bow. So we can start with our real build, the one we're really going for.
You took your sweet time, eh? But I understand. I did too when I was leaving this place for the first time. You have to admit, the Red Priests are quite resourceful when it comes to death and dying.
Okay, so who are
Great
you?
question, truly. But in case you haven't noticed, we're still within the walls of the island asylum. When we're out, then we'll talk. I'm told this path leads to the beach. I don't know how, but if it's true, then I'll wait there for you until dusk. Good luck.
All right. Sounds good. Let me just quickly double check something on my stream.